Hello everyone and welcome to Victoria University's virtual presentation. My name is Megan and I'm a future student advisor at Victoria University, and today I'm going to tell you all about the courses we have on offer for you, and I'm also going to give you some information about our pathways and the new way to do uni, which is the VU block model. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you find this session very helpful and informative. Before we begin, I would like to do an acknowledgement of country and pay my respects to the traditional custodians of the land which we live, work and study on today. And I would like to pay my respects to the elders, past, present and emerging. So first I'm going to tell you a bit about our campuses. So we are a university that extends across a large area of Melbourne, from the CBD right out to the western suburbs. We have 3 city campuses in Flinders Street, Queen Street and King Street. And these campuses cover courses such as law, osteopathy, hairdressing, dermal science, as well as numerous specialisations in our Bachelor of Business. Our 2 campuses in Footscray have an even more extensive range of courses, including arts, teaching, screen and media, engineering, psychology, youth work, exercise and sports science. That's just to name a few. At the Sunshine campus, there is a focus on various trade areas in engineering, building and construction. And our St Albans campus has a huge focus on health with courses such as biomedicine, nursing, midwifery, paramedicine and human nutrition. And lastly, there's our Werribee campus, which is home to not only our early childhood education and care courses, but also many of our science labs. So now I'm just going to play a short video for you just so you can get a bit of an idea on what our campuses look like and what sort of programs run at each campus. So there you have it. They are the VU campuses. Hopefully you all enjoyed that video and saw something that you liked there. Now I'm just going to tell you a bit about the new way to do uni, and that is the VU block model. For those of you that have not heard of it, the VU block model refers to how we have designed the way you study bachelor degrees at Victoria University. So as you may know, at other universities, they will make you study 4 units or subjects at a time for a whole semester, usually followed by an intense exam period at the end of the semester where you're required to remember everything that you've learned across those 4 subjects over that whole semester. But at Victoria University, using our block model, you only study 1 unit at a time for a period of 4 weeks, which we call a block. So a block goes for 4 weeks, and at the end of that block, there might be an exam or an assessment depending on that particular unit requirements. And once that exam or assessment is over and your results are out and you've passed that unit, you can then move on to the next block and start your next subject without having to think about any of the assignments or exams from the previous unit you studied. So why is VU's block model better for you? So firstly, your transition to uni will be easier. So when you first start uni, it can feel quite daunting to make that transition, and having to juggle the assignments and exams for 4 different subjects at the same time can only make you feel more overwhelmed. But with the VU block model, because you only need to focus on 1 subject at a time, this will make the transition a lot easier for you, and that will help set you up for success and build confidence in your studies. You'll also feel more supported with the VU block model, as we have smaller class sizes, and that allows for more one-on-one time with your teachers. And that means the classes are more interactive, and it makes it easier to collaborate and have discussions with your teacher as well as your classmates. You'll also feel less stressed, and less stress means more success. So instead of stressing out over the 4 subjects and worrying how you're going to fit 4 exams and assignments into your schedule, you just focus on 1 exam or 1 assignment, which will help you get better grades and also help you to increase the chances of your overall success in your studies. So this is an example of what your year is going to look like if you choose to study at another university using the traditional mode of study. So the traditional way to do uni can be quite stressful, particularly when you're just starting out. As you can see, there are 2 semesters in a year. At the beginning of each semester, you enroll into 4 units, and you stay enrolled into those 4 units for the whole semester, and that's half a year. And throughout the semester, you're expected to juggle the demands of all your subjects at the same time. So you'll be regularly attending 4 different lectures and 4 different tutorials, and you also have to complete an assignment for each unit, so 4 different assignments as well. At the end of that semester, there is then an exam period that you need to study for, and you'll be expected to remember everything that you've learned over the whole semester for the 4 different subjects. You'll probably find that sometimes you might even have 2 completely exams on the same day, which means that the night before you'll be studying for 2 completely different sets of notes rather than just simply focusing on 1 at a time. So that's what uni looks like at other universities. So what will it look like if you choose to study at VU? So you'll see here, we still have 2 semesters in 1 year, but each semester is broken down into 4-week blocks. And at the start of each block, you enroll in a new subject, and that is the only subject you need to focus on for that whole 4-week period. Throughout that block, you will attend classes usually 3 times a week, and all those classes will be for that particular subject. Our classes are usually only about 25 to 30 students, so you will quickly get to know your fellow classmates, and you'll also get to know your teacher, and they'll get to know you as well. So it will be easier for you to ask questions and get support if there's anything you're having difficulty with. At the end of that 4-week block, you might sit an exam or submit an assessment depending on that unit requirements. And once your results are out and you have passed, you can tick that unit off as done and move on to the next one. You don't start a new subject until you finish the one you're enrolled in, and you never need to worry about sitting 2 different exams on the same day or even in the same week. So that block is for that unit only. You'll also see there in the middle, there's the optional winter block as well as 2 optional summer blocks at the end of the year. Summer and winter blocks are there for you if you want to fast track your studies, if you wish to do that, or if you were unable to complete your studies for whatever reason in a particular block, you have these optional blocks as a chance for you to catch up. So here's just an example of what your timetable might look like in a particular block. So each unit typically has 3 teaching sessions per week, and they go for about 3 hours each, scheduled over 3 different days a week. And there's usually 1 timetabled study skill session in that week as well. The timetabling of the block model is usually very consistent, so it will help you to manage and balance your commitments outside of uni, whether it's work commitments or your social life or any other responsibilities that you may have. So just some stats for you there. So we originally rolled out the block model at the beginning of 2018. And back then we called it the first year model because at the time it was just being tested on our first year students to help them adjust to the first year of university. And due to its success that you'll see outlined on this page, there was an 86% increase in pass rates, grades increased by 72%, and we also saw a 28% increase in high distinctions. For those of you that are not familiar with the way the grading system works at university, a high distinction or a HD, that's the highest result you can get, and distinction or DI, that's the second highest. Okay, so that's block model. So just some information here on how VU gets its graduates ready for their careers, which is something we really pride ourselves on doing. So at VU, we have many industry connections that help us to ensure our courses are not only up to date, but designed with the latest expertise and technology. It also allows our students to build a connection with the representatives through programs like guest speaker events and mentoring opportunities. There's also plenty of workplace learning where you put the work you have done in the classroom into practice, and our industry partnerships allow us to arrange internships and work placements for our students. Placement is something that helps you build the real life experience that you'll need for when you finish your studies and prepare to enter the workforce. And not only have our students gotten hands-on experience with various companies, but many have actually been offered positions of employment after graduation. So now I'm just going to play another short video for you, and this one is about our VU graduates experience as well as some of the employers our students have found jobs with.
We find that people who've come through programs, particularly like VU, which offers both the academic learning and places such a high emphasis on the practical learning, gives us people who are ready to work, willing to work and know how to work and know what's required from them.
So we're really bringing what can be a pretty dry, boring textbook example to life with practical examples from in the field.
I love the practical aspect of the course. I really enjoyed that we had access to prac labs all the time.
So it kind of got my foot in the door to have an internship with Netball Victoria, and from there I actually got offered a full-time position.
Victoria University Law course is probably the best suited law course for people who want to gain practical experience, who want to be in the courts, who want to be amongst a diverse range of people, which you also find in industry.
Okay, hope you all enjoyed that short film. Now, for those of you that were not aware, Victoria University is actually a dual sector institution. That means that we offer both TAFE and university courses. Our TAFE division is called Victoria University Polytechnic, or VU Poly, where we provide courses at certificate levels 1 through 4, as well as diplomas, advanced diplomas, apprenticeships, traineeships, and even pre-apprenticeship courses. Our higher education sector is obviously Victoria University, and this is where all our bachelor programs run, as well as graduate diplomas, masters and PhD programs, should you wish to take your studies that far. Being a dual sector institution means we can offer TAFE courses as pathway options for students, and that will help them gain entry into most of our university degrees. It also means that students can transition easily between a TAFE course to a university course to reach their study goal or destination. Okay, so we are one of only 6 dual sector universities in Australia. As a TAFE, VU Polytechnic offers a hands-on practical approach to study. Classes are very much like school, where you would do most of your subjects with the same group of students and you attend classes for maybe 20 to 30 hours per week. Certificate qualifications from certificate 1 through 4, they generally run over 6 to 12 months. And this study provides basic technical or job-specific skills. Apprenticeships and traineeships are also certificate level qualifications, and they actually combine training and employment, and those run for up to 3 to 4 years. Diplomas and advanced diplomas, they help you gain more specialised knowledge, such as what you might need for support roles in professional fields or higher skilled areas. Diploma courses can take 1 to 2 years of full-time study to complete, and they can usually lead to employment afterwards. They can also prepare you to further your studies at Victoria University as a pathway. And the qualifications gained in university studies are called degrees or bachelor or master's programs. At university, you get a more independent learning style than TAFE. While there is still a lot of practical learning at uni, the balance moves to the more theoretical or academic learning. And because of our block model, VU's degree study is a bit like TAFE, in that students study in small groups rather than huge lectures of 300 people. But our degree qualification is just the same as the traditional degree, and they take the same amount of time to complete. And that can be 3 to 4 years. You can even do 2 degrees at once, which is called a double degree, and that usually takes 4 to 5 years of full-time study to complete. Okay, so regardless of where a student starts, VCAL, IB or VCE scored or unscored, VU's range of courses can help to build a pathway connection to a higher qualification if that's what you want to do. In other words, you can complete school with your senior school certificate and go on to study a certificate or diploma level course at VU Polytechnic, and then you can move into your career after that. Or if you want, you can add to your knowledge and move into a degree and then into a career. Or you can complete VCE and go directly to study an undergraduate or bachelor degree at Victoria University, and then after that you can go on to enter the workforce. So pathways can prepare you for your destination course and careers by introducing you to the study of the area that you're interested in. In some cases, you will get credit for the pathway study that you completed, and the same time completing the next course you do can be shortened. One popular pathway is the 1 year long Diploma of Education Studies, which provides entry directly into the second year of the Bachelor of Education P12. So that's 1 year's extra credit and no extra time needed to graduate. So just a few examples of our students who started out studying a TAFE course at VU Polytechnic and later progressed into a degree at Victoria University. So Sam here, Sam finished his year 12 and he wanted to build his skills to work in education, which was his dream career goal. So he started where he felt most comfortable, which was a Certificate 3 in Early Childhood Education and Care at VU Polytechnic. When he finished with that course, he moved into a diploma level study with the Diploma of Early Childhood Education. And from there, he was able to transition into the Bachelor of Early Childhood Education at Victoria University. And he actually received credit for his previous studies. The diploma would have given him credits into the second year of the Bachelor. So it's a very time and very cost-effective course of study. Sam is actually now working as an educator at Victoria University, and he's also currently completing his Master of Education. So that is a long way from his beginnings at the Cert 3 at VU Polytechnic. Another example is Andrew here. So Andrew was passionate about computers and he wanted to start his study where he felt comfortable, which was the Diploma of IT. After completing his diploma, he decided to keep going with his studies and he upgraded his qualification to the Advanced Diploma in Network Security. And through this avenue of study, he eventually got into the Bachelor of Information Technology at Victoria University. And this IT pathway actually led him to his dream career, which is in cybersecurity and threat hunting with Telstra Corporations Limited. Another example here is Jen. So Jen actually left school early and she worked in hospitality for a while. Later, she decided to return to study to advance her career options. So she started out with the Advanced Diploma of Hospitality Management at VU Polytechnic. And that was a great way for her to build confidence in her ability to study. And from this advanced diploma, she actually received credits later on when she commenced the Bachelor of Business, majoring in Hospitality Management at Victoria University. I believe the advanced diploma gives credits into the second half of the second year of the bachelor, if I'm not mistaken. So it only took another year and a half for her to get her bachelor after she completed her advanced diploma. Jen was actually headhunted by the hotel company where she did her placement before she finished her studies. And within 12 months of graduating, she became the hotel manager of an apartment hotel in Melbourne CBD. So what areas of study are on offer for you at Victoria University? So we do have a huge number of courses across VU and VU Polytechnic, and the next few slides will give you a bit of an idea of the various study areas we offer at VU, as well as the focuses of the courses within these categories. So in the arts area, you can see that we cover creative arts such as visual arts and music, and we also offer humanities subjects such as history and sociology. If it's writing you're interested in, you can choose between creative writing or professional writing or both. If your interest is in the business field, there are a lot of areas you can specialise in. We offer majors such as accounting, event management, international trade, human resource management, and that's just to name a few. Our business students all do the same subject in their first year, and then they start their preferred specialisation in the second year. And we also offer the Diploma of Business Enterprise, which goes for 1 year, and that gives guaranteed entry into the Bachelor of Business the second year. So you can go straight into your specialist area after you complete the diploma. So you only need to study for 2 more years to get your bachelor qualification after your diploma is finished. Okay, so if it's education or support you're interested in, you might go directly into one of our teaching courses. We offer the Bachelor of Education P12. That qualifies you to teach both primary and secondary school. Or you might choose one of the many pathways we have available, which will prepare you for further study for teaching. There are a lot of ways you can work with people to support them. So if you're not interested in teaching, you might prefer a role in youth or social work. And we do have many study options available in this field too. Engineering and built environment. If your interest is in building or designing structures, we do have a lot on offer for you. If you're interested in the systems that make buildings work, you might wish to consider architectural or electrical engineering degrees. If you're interested in the design of devices or sustainable energy systems, you might be interested in our mechanical engineering degree. If you want to manage or build a project, we also offer project management programs that would be of interest to you. So science and information technology, if you're interested in that, there are many options for you at VU. The ones listed here have a biological or technological focus. So if you are interested in the environment or want to be part of the growing biotechnology field, these study areas could be for you. Or if your passion is computers and IT, we have plenty of options for you there too. Our Sunshine campus is actually the site of a recently opened cybersecurity training centre, and that was built to meet an increasing demand for workers, as it is one of Australia's fastest growing and underserviced industries. Courses that cover laboratory health research and allied health are all available at VU. Our Bachelor of Biomedicine even provides the necessary prerequisites to study postgraduate medicine at another institution, and that covers physiology, anatomy and biochemistry. Also, our 2-year Diploma of Nursing at Victoria University Polytechnic is guaranteed, that will guarantee you entry into the second year of the Bachelor of Nursing at Victoria University. So if you study that diploma for 2 years, it will then only take you another 2 years of study before you can qualify as a registered nurse. So law and justice, if you're interested in becoming a lawyer or a criminologist or working in criminal justice or even policing, we can help you there. If you don't get the required ATAR to go directly into the Bachelor of Laws, then the guaranteed pathway option for you is the Advanced Diploma of Legal Practice from VU Polytechnic. If you feel like taking on more than one degree or you want to include another area of study interest, a double degree is always an option for you as well. Sport and exercise science. So if you want to focus on sport or fitness or injury recovery, we have plenty of options for you. If you want to manage the business of sport or such as a sporting team, a sporting event or a venue, we can help you there too. If it's outdoor recreation, leadership or environmental science, we've got you covered as well. If an apprenticeship or traineeship is what you're interested in, we can help you get an understanding of the basics with a pre-apprenticeship qualification or provide you with the training while you get your trade ticket. We have the building industry and the engineering metal trades covered with our facilities at the Sunshine campus, and you might like to take a look at that when things get back to normal. We do offer tours of the campus, which are available every Wednesday, and you can check out our website for more details about that. Also, if you want to be a chef or work in the food and beverage industry, the Hospitality Training Centre at our Footscray Nicholson campus, that's the place for you. Barbering, hairdressing and courses in the beauty industry, they're all available at our City King campus if that's your area of interest. Another thing we want to tell you is that VU really is a uni with heart, and we provide opportunities for people of all backgrounds, ages and goals. Student diversity is one of our most notable features. We have about 90 different cultures and 200 different languages spoken amongst our students and staff. So it is a very diverse community. Add to that a variety of different social and economic backgrounds, and you can get an idea of the different needs and challenges faced by some of our students. There's also our Kickstart program, which is for students who are the first person in their family to attend university. And that will help those students to build their confidence as well as building up their network and learning how university works. Moondani Bolak is another important part of our community, and that offers our Indigenous students support in a number of different areas, whether they be related to culture, financial advice, academic support or career development. So student life. Now remember that uni is about so much more than your studies. There are lots of activities outside of study that you can take part in, and it can be a very rewarding and broadening experience. Here are just some examples of the support services and facilities available for students. So in addition to academic support, such as learning hubs and library mentors to help you with your coursework, you can also get financial advice, social and health support and assistance in devising an access plan if you have a disability or a health condition that might impact the way you study. Also, if Melbourne is not your hometown, you should be aware of our accommodation options, with the most prominent being VU's Uni Lodge, and that's located just across the road from Footscray Park campus. VU actually has a partnership with Uni Lodge, and this allows us to offer guaranteed accommodation to full-time domestic and international students. Clubs and societies. So here's just a few examples of what will be available to you when you start studying with us. Clubs and societies are an amazing way to build up social networks and also to have fun while studying. There's also plenty of sport clubs if you're a sporty or outdoorsy person. The VU Games Club listed there is more of an indoor activity. So if you love board games, card games or video games, you definitely want to take part in that one. You can also join a dodgeball club, a sustainable garden club. You can participate in movie nights, or if you can't find a club that interests you, you can start your own group or team if you want. VU has partnerships with over 100 providers to offer our students study abroad experiences, which gives you the opportunity to immerse yourself in another country's culture, language, and way of life while you're completing your studies. Our students have gone on to study in places like the USA, Southeast Asia, and South America, just to name a few. Okay, that brings us to the end of the presentation. The last thing I want to mention to you today is Open Day 2020. So like most universities, our Open Day is going virtual this year. So it's going to be a very interesting day, and you will have the option to learn a lot more about your course of interest, as well as information about our campuses, VU's block model, or anything else you're curious about. So save the date, 15th of August 2020, and you can register your interest to make sure you receive any important updates. You can do that by heading to that link outlined there on your screen, which is vu.edu.au/open-day-2020. That brings us to the end of the presentation for today. Thank you all so much for joining us. If we can assist you further in any way, please feel free to contact us. Otherwise, we look forward to seeing you all at Open Day on the 15th of August. Thanks everyone, have a good day.